up at the top, there are several different keys that you can push. The first one brings a drop-down menu of the different surveys that you can take. There's meandering, pollard, incidental, field trip, mark recapture, and point count. To start a new survey, we're going to click on this first one. I'm going to show you how to do a meandering survey. Clicking on your survey brings up this information page. It goes through all the different things that you can enter in. First one is survey name, so whatever you want to call your survey. Number of surveyors, however many people, whether it's you or if you have some other people with you. The names of those surveyors, the location that you are surveying. General comments, if you want to make comments on anything that's not already in this list. Habitat type, whatever type of habitat that you would be surveying. Habitat condition, the condition of that habitat. Wind speed, clicking on this brings up a little menu. You can choose from calm, relatively still, moderately windy, and windy. Cloud cover similarly brings up a small menu. There's clear, mostly cloudy, and cloudy. Temperature, you can just enter in. Let's say you have a weather app on your device, you can just look on that and then enter the temperature in. Level of engagement also brings up a small menu. You can rate your level of engagement based on a 1 to 5 scale, with 5 being you are solely out for the purpose of taking your survey with no other distractions. It was your intention to go out and just do the survey. With 1 being the opposite, more like you maybe we're just out and about and you happen to see a couple butterflies that you just wanted to take note of. Viewing radius. If you're doing a survey in which you have a radius that you're recording them, this is just how far that radius would be. It's measured in meters. So let's say you have a radius of 10 meters. You're only going to record butterflies that you see within a 10-meter radius of yourself. Weather service information can be updated automatically once you push begin. So if you don't want to put in all of those wind speed, cloud cover, temperature, all that stuff, it'll just pull it straight from the internet. So let's do that. I'm going to push begin up here at the top. Then it automatically updates it for you. Okay, scrolling one screen to the right brings you to the Make Sightings page. This is the page with all of the butterflies listed on it. Up at the top here, there is a search bar. So if you're out surveying and you see a butterfly and you know what it's called and you don't want to scroll through the list, you can just start typing it in. Start typing in the name and it will bring up a new list that matches what you're typing, and you can just click it in that way. Otherwise, there is an All tab and a Favorites tab. The All tab has the entire list of butterflies that you have loaded on your device. It can be really long depending what region you're in, and that can be kind of tedious to scroll through if you have something that's all the way near the bottom. So that's why there's the Favorites tab. If you click on Favorites, it brings up a smaller list. And this way you can kind of customize your own list if you're out surveying and you know what types of butterflies you would probably be seeing. Let's say you were surveying here in Iowa. You could look up online a list of butterflies that fly in Iowa, and you could, based on your all list, make a new list in your favorites that has all of the Iowa butterflies on it. That way you don't have to scroll through the all list each time you go out when you know that there are many things on the list that you're not going to see. So to add things to the favorites list, all you have to do is click on one, hold it down, and a little menu pops up that says Add to Favorites, Edit Butterfly, Remove Species from List, or Cancel. Clicking on Add to Favorites puts that butterfly on your favorites list. We'll do that one more time. I click and hold, add to favorites, and it has been added to my favorites list. So when you're out surveying and you see a butterfly and you want to make note of it for your survey, all you have to do is either from the all list or the favorites list or the search bar, click on the one that you see. You can either just tap it and it will keep track of it for you, or you can, if there's multiple butterflies, you can tap it and then the little arrows on the side, you can move up or down depending on how many you see. The other thing you can do if you see multiples of the same one is just tap it multiple times. You don't have to necessarily tap the arrows if you don't want to. In order to see the sightings that you have created, you just scroll one more to the right and it has kept a track for you with the species names and with the time you saw them. So the time that it was recorded and the count with how many you saw. So for these ones down here where I clicked it multiple times, it's changed from a count of 1 to a count of 2 and of 4. To edit one of these sightings, you just tap it and it brings up a menu of some different things. It automatically puts in your location, the count, and the time, but there are a bunch of other things that you can add if you want to, such as the behavior that the butterfly was exhibiting. There's a whole list of things you can choose there. You can put on if it's male or female if you know the difference between those. The condition of the butterfly, any other comments you want to make. There's also an option to take a photo of it. Clicking on take photo will just open your device's camera if it has one, and that way you can take a picture of the individual you see. To save the information that you put in on your edit sighting, you just push save sighting and it takes you back to your sightings page. Scrolling to the left brings you back to your favorites and all tab so that you can go back to surveying if you wish. If you're out surveying and you see multiple different species of butterfly in one spot, you can click them as you see them. You don't have to wait for the count on the right side to go away. You can click as many times as you want on as many different species as you want, and it will record the GPS and the time and all that stuff without any trouble. Scrolling all the way over to the left, it'll bring you up to a map, and when you're at the end of your survey, you can see a little trail of breadcrumbs marking the outline of where you walked. And if you saw any butterflies, it'll have a little colored dot at this location where you saw them based on its GPS coordinates. So if I had just finished a survey and come back in to see my results, I would scroll over to this map. I would see a little trail going all around the gardens, and then I would see colored dots where I had seen butterflies. In order to end your survey, you just have to push end up here at the top, and it'll bring you back to the main survey page. If you want to look at the survey that you just finished, you just have to scroll all the way down to the bottom and click on it. It'll bring you back, and you can see that your start time and end time has been entered. If you want to look at your sightings again, they're still there. And if you want to look at your map again, it will still be there.